Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Cathy Nesbitt, and I'm so happy that you are here. How are you doing?
Caroline, I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, and I would love to introduce you to the audience. Of course, you are a health and wellness advocate and founder of Cathy's Crawly Composters and Cathy's Sprouters and Cathy's Laughter Club. Certified laughter yoga teacher and laughter ambassador, you promote sustainable living and well-being through dynamic workshops and motivational speaking. You have been leading transformative laughter yoga sessions since 2015 in various settings, including corporations and schools. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, Cathy Nesbitt.
I'm excited.
Me too. And my first question to you: how did you become interested in laughter yoga, and what benefits have you seen it bring to individuals and communities?
Good question. Good starting question. It is the 22nd anniversary of my worm composting business, Cathy's Crawly Composters, selling worms by the pound for indoor composting. Yes, worms in the house. Who doesn't want that? It's okay. I know most of them. It's fine. In 2012, 10 years into my worm mission, one more person said, "Ew, worms in the house." And I heard it. I felt it. I questioned everything. And the very next day, I was introduced to laughter yoga. Laughter yoga is not about fancy pants or poses. It's not doing yoga and laughing. It's laughing as a cardiovascular workout. So laughter has changed my life, Caroline. It has made me more resilient. I think a piece of me before 2012, before I was introduced to this magic medicine, when someone said, "Ooh, worms in the house," I might have taken it personal. And now I realize, oh, that's not my stuff. They're just not ready yet. And now I'm being called in a big way to bring laughter.
I love that. And yeah, yes, you have to tell us more about that, of course. And I have the next question. What inspired you to start Cathy's Crawly Composters, and how do you encourage people to adopt more sustainable lifestyle?
Okay, so that's a little bit longer question. I'm located in Canada, just north of Toronto, largest city in Canada. And in 2002, our landfill closed. It filled up. And although Canada is second largest country in the world, we couldn't find a place to site a new landfill. And we started to export our garbage to the United States, almost 1,000 trucks a week. And what I'm proposing is indoor composting with worms. So I kind of had a solution for some of the waste.
Oh, I see. I understand. And I also highly recommend everyone to have a compost. How do you call it? Composter
Yes.
in their homes, of course, if it's possible. I love your solution and I love to laugh about it with you. Okay, my next question, if I find it, what no, it's not that my question has gone. It's my question has gone. Okay. Can you share a memorable experience from your laughter yoga sessions that highlights its impact on participants' well-being?
Oh, there's many. One recent example was at an in-person session. A woman came, she had had knee surgery 8 weeks prior. And at the end of a laughter session, I say to the new people, if you're new, notice how you feel for the rest of the day and notice how you sleep tonight. You might sleep better. I don't know. I hope so. I wish that for everyone. She wrote me 2 days later and she said, "Remember, I said I hadn't slept for more than 2 hours a night since my surgery. So in 8 weeks, she hadn't slept more than 2 hours a night." After laughter, she said, "I slept longer and deeper. And when I woke up, I was able to get back to sleep easier." That was big already. And then she continued. She said, "When I returned home from laughter, my 19-year-old son was having an existential crisis, and I was able to remain calm, cool, and collected." She said it was like somebody was inhabiting my body. And Caroline, what I can only imagine is If this is a regular occurrence, son goes into crisis, mom goes into crisis, and they're both in stress. She arrived home after being at the laughter club, where when we laugh, we're secreting all the love drugs, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, and oxygenating our beautiful body. So I imagine she arrived home, her body was having a party, and she was able to hold space for her beautiful son.
I
Wow.
can imagine. Yes, I'm speechless now. Of course, I also had the word in mind, antibiotics or something. You don't need it, of course, if you have laughter yoga.
Right,
Oh my.
that's it. It's we're in charge of our own pharma. Either we're
Mhm.
secreting the love drugs or we're secreting the stress hormones. We're not in both systems at the same time, one or the other. Laughter is the opposite of stress. How wonderful.
Oh, I understand now. So you have the choice, or your cells have the choice what to produce next, and we are in control with our whatever it is. Yeah, what would you say is the thing we have to control?
We need to control our state. Stress
Mhm.
right now is a habit. We're living in this perpetual state of stress. At one time, stress was very helpful. It kept us alive. Like if we were going to be eaten by an animal, we needed to know. It's very rare in today's time, depending where you live in the world, where we're in imminent danger. If you lose your keys, it's annoying. If you miss the bus, yeah, it's a drag, but it's not life threatening. Our body acts as if it's life threatening, and it takes hours for our body to recover from that stressful situation. Same if we have a laughter episode, it takes our body hours to recover from that fun time. Our body's fully oxygenated and all the love drugs.
I love how you explained it. Thank you so much. I learned something because so my biggest takeaway now is already that our cells get to choose whether to produce the stress hormones or the fun part, the healing part. I don't know. I don't have a word for it, like positivity or these how do you call this? Dopamine or
Yeah, the happy drugs, like the happy
happy.
chemicals, dopamine. I say dose, so dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. The love drugs.
Oh, I never heard this before, but it makes sense, you know? It makes sense. Okay, you changed my life. I'm inspired now to pay more attention to that because as you said, we happen to, or we are used to, we happen to be in a state. Then you said when we miss the bus or something, we are in stress and it endures the whole day. And the same is with laughter. When you witness this state, like this woman you talked to us about this woman. She came home and the state endured. She could sleep better, right? So it impacts all your life.
Right, exactly. Yes, impacts everything.
Mhm.
And as I mentioned, we're living in this state of stress. So we're looking always for, oh, what else can go wrong? Oh, that's wrong. Oh, there's no jobs. Food is so expensive. How are my kids afford a house? How can they go to college? All of these questions cause stress. Instead of focusing on those, and I think people today, they wake up in the morning and they go through their to-do list. I would like to suggest that when we wake up, instead of jumping out of bed and jumping into action, we take a few, maybe 3 beautiful, deep, long breaths. Just wait in bed for an extra minute or two and think about, what are you grateful for? And I know sometimes people's lives are so challenging. There's so many things that are happening. So we can start with, hey, I woke up. That's a good, yay, hallelujah. Right? Oh, I have a bed that I woke up from. I was in like in my bed. I have clothes to wear. Yay! Right? It can be very simple to start, and it's a practice. Gratitude again is a practice. So is complaining and bitching.
I love that exercise. Thank you so much for sharing. I will do, and especially the take 3 deep breaths. It's important, right? Also, when you do the laughter yoga, you inhale,
Yes,
And
you can.
yeah.
That's it. You can't just laugh because we're exhaling. Ha 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 ha. We have to take a nice deep breath in so we can continue ha-haing. It's kind of like an automatic way for us to breathe deep when we're laughing, because if we want to keep on laughing at the joke or what the situation.
Wow, I'm so amazed how our body is already provided with all the tools we need. So no need for pharma, I don't know the word, pharma, like
Pharmaceutical.
medicine. Yeah, yeah, I just cannot pronounce it. But you encourage me to laugh about it. So I feel if we can laugh about ourselves, right? About our mistakes, which are not mistakes, something to laugh about it and to be grateful about.
Right. Yes. Oh, that's
Mhm,
a beautiful
mhm,
statement that you just
mhm.
said. When we make a mistake or something that we perceive as a mistake, it's a learning curve. It's never a mistake. It just is. We beat ourselves up. We say, oh my gosh, why did I say that thing? Why did I do that thing? Instead, imagine if we just point at ourselves and we laugh. Whoops. I'm human. I made a mistake, or I made a learning curve. I did this thing. Next time I'll do better. We
Yes.
learn as we go.
Thank you so much for sharing. And there's always something to laugh about, right? Oh my goodness. I love this episode already. I will listen to it again. There were so many nuggets. And let's talk about, because you teach people something or you practice laughter yoga and so on. What about your own coaches and mentors? Do you have coaches and mentors, and who was the best coach you ever had?
Oh, yes, so many supporters, cheerleaders, people boosting me up, and that's what we want. We don't want people dragging us down. There's too many of those. We need people to lift us up, and we need to lift up as a community. We need to inspire each other every day, today, and it's a choice. Inspired choice today, yes, please. So I would have to say one of my favorite mentors was Donna Messer. She passed. When I first started my worm business, um, her advice to me was, I do a lot of exhibiting, I do a lot of speaking, a lot of school workshops. She said, get t-shirts. Get t-shirts with your company name and your websites maybe on the back or on the front, your website somewhere. So when people see you, you're branded, you're always walking around, you have to wear clothes. And I'm not a fashion person. So, um, you know, I need to think, oh, what am I going to wear today? When you have a uniform, you don't have to spend that stress. Oh no, do I look okay? You're always wearing your company outfit. And then if you're talking to somebody at an event, people attract people at these events. So if you're surrounded by people, somebody might want to come in and talk to you, but they don't have time to wait. They can take a picture of your shirt and they get your website. So now everybody has their phone. And so they have their camera right on them and they can always get in touch with you from that.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. You don't have your company t-shirt right on today, but I love the t-shirt. I love the colors in there, and I love your advice as well. I remember people doing that on stage. Gary Vee, for example, he has the phone number, and I asked myself, "What is this phone number?" And I was tempted to dial that phone number to see who is answering that. So nice idea with taking pictures, of course. Everyone is doing it. And also, yeah, you had coaches and mentors, and it's so important to accept or, yeah, to be ready to receive, to ask for help in certain situations. Thank you so much. How about your goals and intentions and your next projects? Do you set goals for yourself?
Yes, and no. I mean, they're kind of loose things, just kind of um, mileposts, I guess, rather than concrete things with date and everything, because that can be stressful in itself. And then if you don't meet it, then you beat yourself up, and oh, I disappointed myself again. So instead of that, I just kind of have guidelines. And one of my big goals or dreams at this moment is to create a program for young adults with Down syndrome to be laughter yoga leaders, so they can bring laughter for the special needs community. And those folks will see themselves at the front of the room leading the giggles, because laughter yoga is not about, although there is some explanation, it's more doing, more like Simon says, follow me. And so people can do that. And folks with Down syndrome, they have a thing called gummy ear, so they don't hear properly. So when they speak, they often speak like they hear. So if we say computer, they might hear pewter. So when they're talking about a computer, they would say, oh, my pewter. And so, there's a disconnect between what they're hearing and the actual words. So with laughter, it's a beautiful thing because they can just lead the giggles without having to explain too much.
Wow, so it's a mean to express themselves and also to lead by example, because people love to just watch or observe and then to emulate. I don't know if the word is right, to copy. We can say to copy, but yeah, of course, because you don't need to explain, you just have to do it, right?
That's
Yeah.
it. That's right. And right now, before 2020, there was very few opportunities to laugh online. And even the founder of Laughter Yoga, I don't think I explained it was started in 1995 by a medical doctor, Dr. Madan Kataria in India. And his goal is world peace, Caroline. Like, how beautiful. Wow. It's possible. It's possible. So there are laughter clubs around the world, about 120 countries so far, maybe more. And so before 2020, we were in person and everyone thought we needed to feel the energy. Of course, when 2020 came, everything got shut down and we all became experts online. And now laughing online is beautiful. You have it in gallery view so you can see everybody and you're looking at each other and you can feel the energy through the screen. I believe that the energy translates through the internet.
Oh, wow. I love what you said. And yeah, there are people saying it's better to meet in person. Of course, I see advantages in both. Of course, we are connected now through the internet, and it was not possible like 10, 15 years ago, of course, all around the globe. And also what you said, what was it about? I wanted to say something. I forgot.
World peace.
Yeah, world peace is exactly, and yeah, exactly also my goal or contribute to that. And I think what I think I understood is we reach this by raising the vibration, the frequency, right? And we can do this by laughter yoga. This is what I learned today from you. Thank you so much.
Right, that it's vibration. And what I say to people is it's like one candle takes away the darkness. Just one candle and it's not dark anymore. Two candles, it's brighter, right? Six candles brighter. So same with laughter. If somebody's feeling really sad or frustrated, anxious, they're in those low vibrating energies, one giggle can help them feel better. And then it's a practice. So giggle every day. It's not easy. Wait, okay, let's say this. It's easy to laugh when everything's going well. We can all laugh. We're having a great time. Ha ha ha. Everything's fine. People say, how can I laugh? There's so many things going on. That's when you have to laugh. We need to employ that laughter muscle to help us alleviate the stress. And why do people laugh at inappropriate moments? Like, say, at a funeral or at bad news, or they see an accident, maybe they're going to laugh. It's not that it's funny, it's that their body, it's the stress response saying, you're so tight, you need to laugh to release the pressure, like the pressure cooker. So that it's just the body's natural response.
Wow, I love that you pointed that out because I was that way. I remember when you said this. As a child, I was like, or people told me, my parents, for example, that I was laughing in inappropriate situations or something like that. And it is like that. And I never understood, or why is it wrong, or I cannot help, I just have to laugh. And now I understand it's stress relief. I never knew this before. Thank you so much. And also about the candle in the darkness. And I heard people say there is no darkness, it's it's absence of light, right? And when you light one candle, then the whole room is illuminated, so to say. And also, I love this analogy with the candle. We can ignite each other's candle, of course, by laughing. Let's laugh around the world. I love your idea as well. And world peace. I was not aware of the connection, when it was not invented but discovered, let's say, laughter yoga, 1995, you said, and then that it has the greater purpose of creating world peace. Wow, so amazing. Thank you so much. Now is time for your last thoughts to the audience, please.
Yes, I would love to invite your listeners to my free online laughter club. It's free. Come and check it out. It's Tuesday morning, 9:30 a.m., 30 minutes of super fun self-care. It's on Zoom. People can join from everywhere, anywhere. If they have access to a computer, they're welcome to join. I incorporate tapping, brain gym, qigong. I just want people to get out of stress and into joy. And I also train people. I'm a laughter yoga teacher, so I do a 2-day training. It's online or in person. And I would really encourage people to learn this magic medicine for yourself, because once we know it, then we become it and we are it. And we just float around like, it's not that I don't have problems. It's that I'm able to cope better because my body's fully oxygenated. The love drugs are careening, so I feel good. And when we feel good, we do good.
When we feel good, we do good. This is the best I ever heard. Thank you so much for inspiring me and the entire Inspired podcast community. It was a pleasure talking to you today.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you and see you in the next episode.